warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, we are from Group 2.
And the member are, I'm Yudhi Jonathan.
I'm Farikha, Ruqoyah.
I'm Nanci.
I'm Mutiara Yeliza.
I'm Yudhi Afrian.
Last week we have studied about constructivism with Group 1.
And now we will explain about social constructivism.
Before we start, who knows about social constructivism? What is it?
Yang tahu boleh komen di bawah ya.
Nah, bagi yang belum tahu, let's watch our explanation video.
Happy watching!
Okay, I'm Ricky Jonathan and I will explain what is social constructivism is. Social constructivism is a learning theory states that language and culture are the frameworks through which humans experience, communicate, and understand reality. Social constructivism recognizes the social aspect of learning and the use of conversation, interaction with others, and the application of knowledge as an essential aspect of learning and a means to achieving learning objectives. Social constructivism is a variety of cognitive constructivism that emphasizes the collaborative nature of learning under the guidance of facilitator or in collaboration with other students. In social constructivism, children's understanding is shaped not only through adaptive encounter with the physical world but through interaction between people in relation to the world that is not merely physical and apparent by the sense but cultural, meaningful and significant and made so primarily by language. Jadi, faktor yang mendasari teori ini adalah para peserta didik bekerja dalam kelompok untuk berbagi ide, bertukar pendapat untuk menemukan sebab dan akibat, lalu jawaban atas masalah, atau sekedar menciptakan sesuatu yang baru untuk menambah pengetahuan yang sudah ada. Okay, the next material will be explained by my friend Yudhi Afrian.
Okay, I'm Yudhi Afrian. I will explain the history of social constructivism. We'll start from the background. So, social constructivism is a variety of cognitive constructivism that emphasizes the collaborative nature of mass learning. Social constructivism was developed by post-revolutionary Soviet psychologist Lev Vygotsky. So, Vygotsky was a cognitivist but rejected the assumption made by cognitivists such as Piaget and Perry that it was possible to separate learning from its social context. He argued that our cognitive function originated in social interaction and that learning did not simply accomplish the assimilation and accumulation of new knowledge by learning. It was the process by which learners was integrated to a knowledge community. At the foundation of this theory is the belief that knowledge is not a copy of an objective reality, but is rather the result of the mind selecting and making sense of and recreating experience. This means that knowledge is the result of interaction between both subjective and environmental factors. Okay, in this view, the processing of new knowledge involves three steps. The first one is construction. Construction is building an understanding of a new concept by drawing on many separate pieces of knowledge. And second is storage. Storage is the mental process of coding new information into memory. And last one is retrieval. Retrieval is finding and using information that already stored in memory. Retrieval sounds simple, but is a step where errors can occur. So the next material will be explained by Mutiara Yeliza.
Okay, I will continue this discussion with the material about the main figure of this theory. In 1968, Lev Vygotsky proposed the learning theory that is social constructivism. According to Vygotsky, language and cue play essential roles both in human intellectual development and in how humans perceive the world. Vygotsky believed that lifelong process of development is dependent on social interaction and that social learning actually leads to cognitive development. One of the core constructs of Vygotsky's theory of social constructivism is the zone of proximal development or ZPD. The ZPD delineates the activities that a student can do without help and the activities the student cannot do without the help of an instructor. The ZPD suggests that with the help of an instructor, students are able to understand and master knowledge and skills that they wouldn't be able to on their own. Once the students master a particular skill, they are able to complete it independently. Social constructivism is also called collaborative learning because it is based on interaction, discussion, and sharing among students. This teaching strategy allows for a range of grouping and iterative methods. This may include class discussions, small group discussions, students working in pairs on given project assignments.
Okay, I'm Nanci.
So let's move on to key figures of social constructivism learning theory.
And here we find pragmatism from John Dewey, an American.
And you have probably heard about this? Learning by doing? That's pragmatism for you.
The idea here is that you learn a lot more by doing than by just reading about it.
And this is often used in relation to role-playing games and laws.
Pragmatism highlights practical use and engagement. So, knowledge is something that should be useful here and now.
It needs to have a practical use.
Teaching shouldn't be abstract.
If you learn something in the classroom, what you learn should be something that you can go out and use at once. Engagement is also seen as very important. You need to have an active concern about the problem you're looking into. So, this means that what you teach needs to be relevant to the students. It needs to be meaningful. You can't make something interesting by just adding something fun. It needs to be interesting and relevant for the students to start with. Okay, next is experiential learning by David Allen Colt. This can be seen more as learning through reflection on doing. Colt is mostly known for his learning cycle, where you start out having a concrete experience, then you do a reflective observation, where you are reviewing or reflecting on the experience. You then have abstract conceptualization, where you are concluding or learning from the experience on a higher level. And then you have active experimentation, where you are planning or trying out what was learned. And then you are back at having a new concrete experience. Students engage in experiential learning when they participate in a concrete experience and reflect on that experience, making connections to disciplinary theory, their own performance, learning outcomes, and future applications. Now, we come to situated learning with Jen Lev and Etienne Wenger. It promotes that idea that students learn better in collaborative group settings and when the activities are based on real-life experiences.
Okay, I'm Fia. I will explain about the principle of social constructivism. First, learners construct their knowledge. Students, trainees, and others should develop their knowledge since their minds create new knowledge and information. As Dewey stated, education is an active and productive process rather than just telling and listening passively. Instead of being absorbed in their current form, information, ideas, and knowledge obtained from others are transformed and appraised. Second, knowledge is acquired through experience. Learning occurs as a result of learners' real-life experiences. When learners are transferring knowledge to their students about a particular concept or theory, the learners may even give examples by using their own experiences. 3. Learning is a social activity. Social, interpersonal connection and communication with community members all helps instill learning in people. Learning is a social activity such as being an active or social individual of society. The learners benefit from emotional and robust support from the community, which allows them to face challenges and take control of their learning. 4. All parts of learner are interconnected. Social interaction is vital for acquiring knowledge, but attitudes, emotions, values, and behaviors are equally important from social constructivism. Students in educational institutions require a wide range of possibilities and reinforcement to develop their entire way of life and critically apply it to acquire academic learning. Knowledge and popular culture have a relationship. Both are utilized to provide insight, instruction, and enhancement to one's life. And the last, inclusive and equitable learning communities. Dewey and Piaget emphasize learning community inclusiveness and aid learners in developing a feeling of dignity and their ideas, thoughts, conception, impression, opinion, viewpoints, and way of life. Institutions should respect one another's uniqueness and offer a foundation for people to construct reality from their unique perspectives. By Ronick May, Holbrook, and Stobart, 2020.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, class.
Morning.
Okay, last week I have told you to prepare yourself to our material about flashcard, right?
Yes.
Okay, are you ready to study, guys?
Ready.
Okay, for that I will test your knowledge about flashcard and I have a worksheet. But this worksheet you do with your groups, okay? I will wait in 5 seconds for you to make a group. Okay, start to make a group. Okay, the group is ready and I will give you this worksheet. You must discuss and answer the worksheet with your group. Okay? I will wait you in 10 minutes. Okay? Let's start. Okay, time is up. And now stop writing, okay? Stop discuss. And now who wants to be first group to explain the result of discussion in the class? Let's go. Okay, before we end this class, I want a group to make a conclusion to our discussion today about pressure. Who wants? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you for your all participation in this class. See you next week. Bye.
Thank you for all of your kind of attention. We are sorry for all the mistakes in this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.